welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an Etsy Q&A. You guys sent me some awesome questions, so I'm going to answer them in this video. So let's just hop right in to all the questions you have for me. What is one suggestion you have for a planner sticker shop that doesn't have much of a following yet? Get on every form of social media: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, all of those. I definitely recommend trying out every form of social media. That's not to say you're going to keep up with every social media you sign up with, but you're going to figure out which ones work for you and which ones don't. For instance, I have a Twitter for my shop, but I hardly ever use that. I think it, like, when I post to Instagram, it will automatically post stuff there, but like I'm not super involved in Twitter because that's just not my social media platform that works for me. However, Instagram seems to be a good one for me, and YouTube, so I put all of my energy into those. But starting out, I put myself across every platform. Like on Pinterest, I think I have some stuff on Pinterest. I don't even know how to work Pinterest, but I have it because, you know, you want to get your name out there. You want to figure out what works for you. I know for a lot of sticker shops, Pinterest is great and it works for them. I just haven't figured out how to make it work for me. So you want to just kind of explore everything. The other thing that I can say is, like, join Facebook groups and make friends with people. So like join planner groups, share your planner spreads. Don't necessarily talk about your shop, but just like engage in the community. And I feel like that will help you get followers, and then people will start noticing your stickers and start talking about your shop, if that makes sense. But yeah, social media is just one of those hard things. Like, you can be doing all the right things and it just doesn't work, and then there are people who can like get on a whim and just have like a ton of followers. Social media is weird, but that would be what I would recommend for you. I know that's probably not like the best advice, but just really engage with the community instead of being all about like selling your products or about your shop, but be more into it as far as like engaging in this thing that you love. So like planning, if you really love planning and you love putting stickers in your planner, it's nice to get involved in planner groups and engage with people who like those things also. When you print, do you print in the highest / best settings or just normal? So I always print in the highest quality that I can, because you're printing like images and clip art and stuff, so you want to make sure that you have a really good setting. So I never do just like normal settings. Like, I've gone in and I've adjusted like all the different settings for my stickers, like the saturation and just the highest quality that I can get with the printer that I have. So I would never recommend just doing regular. I would recommend playing with your settings and trying to get it to the highest quality that you can, because there are a lot of people selling stickers and you just want to make sure that you do everything you can for your stickers to stand out and you get noticed that way. So I would never recommend just doing regular. Just play with your settings, take the time, play around with it, and you're gonna be better off in the long run if you focus on making sure that you have the best print quality possible. This person asked like 5 different questions, so here we go. What made you start a sticker shop? If you've watched any of my other videos, I've talked about this before. I really just started it on a whim. I had no intentions of opening a shop. I was just gonna make planner stickers for myself because I thought that the price for planner stickers was kind of crazy, and I wasn't about to spend $20 each week on stickers, especially because right before I started my sticker shop, I had gotten married the December before. So I started my shop in May of 2015 and I got married in December 2014. So I had to leave my job because I had to move like 2 hours away from where I was living. So I was not about to be like, hey, I'm gonna spend $20 every week on stickers when I wasn't making any money. And at the time I was really trying to focus on YouTube and build that up, but I wasn't really making any money from YouTube then. And so I was like, I'm just gonna make my own stickers. So James bought all the stuff for me and helped me figure it out, and I made stickers. And then my mom was like, hey, since you're already making them, you should put them on Etsy just to see like what happens. And it kind of became a bigger deal than I ever expected it to. So really I just started my shop on a whim. It was not planned, nothing about it was planned. That's the backstory on that. Like, I never had a plan to start a shop. It just happened by accident. What is one thing you love about owning a sticker shop? So I really love connecting with people, but I have to be honest, the thing I love most about my sticker shop, other than connecting with people, is I love that I'm able to bring in an income and help. I love that I'm able to do something that I love and I don't just have to go to a job that I don't really like. And obviously, like if my sticker shop were to fail today, I have no problem doing that. Like, I've done that. I've worked jobs that I didn't really like, but I needed a job. I've worked 3 jobs at once. I've worked 17-hour days before. I'm not afraid of working hard. I'm not afraid of like going and getting a job outside of the house. But the thing was, before I started doing this, I had never done anything that I was passionate about. I didn't really go to college. I took a year online and it just wasn't for me. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I felt kind of just lost and like I was just working to be making money, which I know a lot of people have to do. And so I just feel really grateful and blessed that I'm able to do this and it helps pay bills and pay for unexpected trips and whatever. So I do love connecting with people. I love, you know, connecting with you guys. But if I'm being completely honest, I also just really love that I'm able to do something that I love and contribute and feel like I'm, you know, making a difference in my family, and I don't have to go work 3 jobs just to get by, and I don't have to do things that I'm not passionate about, and I just really like all those things. I know. What is one thing you hate about owning a sticker shop? I hate, to be honest, I really hate the competition aspect of it. I know that like you're always going to be in competition when you run a business, but that is one thing that I hate because I feel like it's very stressful and you don't want to step on anybody's toes and you don't want to offend anybody, and it just can be stressful. But honestly, that's pretty much the only thing I hate about owning a sticker shop. How long did it take you to develop your personal style when designing stickers? I mean, I feel like right off the bat, I had my own personal style. Like when I first started, my stickers looked way different from anybody else that was selling at the time, but it definitely has improved over the years. I feel like right off the get-go I had my own personal style because when I was doing it, I wasn't doing it for other people. I was designing strictly for me. So I was designing stickers that I loved, that I was using, and so right off the bat I feel like I had my own personal style to it. Is it hard for you to stay on track / focused because you work from home? Yes and no. I feel like it is very easy to get distracted with stuff when you work from home, but at the same time, because I am so passionate about what I do, I get like excited and I wake up and I'm ready to go and I'm ready to work. When I wasn't running it like as a business and I was just kind of like, I put my stuff on Etsy and I would get orders. Obviously I would work on the orders and I would get those out, but I wasn't super motivated to put out new stuff. Whereas like now I try to get up new stuff every 2 weeks. And I try to stay on a schedule with that. But before, because I wasn't like thinking of it in a business term, I was just like, I'm making my own stickers for me and then putting them up on Etsy. I wasn't as like on top of things, you know. But honestly now I don't feel like it's hard to stay focused and work on stuff, because like I said, I really love what I do. That's not to say I don't have days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, or it's hard to like just put my energy into that. But I don't find it hard to stay focused on it most days, because like I said, I wake up and I'm so excited. Like I'll think of the things I want to design, or I'm like, I got to get these orders done, or even like I've incorporated YouTube into a lot of it, and even that I'm just like, I've got to create, I've got to do this. So I don't really find it hard to stay focused anyway. So this isn't really a question necessarily. It's just this person was saying that they're having a hard time getting sales for their stickers. They're getting traffic but not sales, and then they've done Instagram and YouTube and they're really frustrated. So my best advice for this is join Facebook groups, especially ones that allow you to promote your shop and kind of do that. Maybe run some sales. I know people don't really like to run a lot of sales, but when you're first starting out and you're trying to get your name out there, that can really help pull people to you, and they'll try out your stickers on a discount, and then if they like them, they'll come back. So when I first started, I did a lot of sales. I don't do as many now, but that's something that you could try. But I definitely recommend using this downtime to improve your shop, improve listing photos, improve your product, create new stuff. Just really utilize that time, because once you do get sales, you might like just you won't explode, but your shop just might explode, and then you don't necessarily have as much time to put into the back end of shop stuff. Is how do you reach out to other shops to test your stickers? I want to collab with others, but my following is small and I feel like no one will work with me on this because of my following. I've tried to look for smaller shops with no luck. I'm not the best person to give advice on this. I personally didn't send any of my stickers to other shops when I was getting started. I also started like a long time ago and the market was very different, but I've never sent my product to a shop owner for them to try out. I've done swaps with people, but I've not like sent something to them and said like, hey, I want to work with you, or can you give me feedback on this or whatever. So I'm not the best person for that. I was wondering if you could touch on shipping. I know there are different options on Etsy, but no one really touches on this. By the way, thank you for replying to my last post. I went to Target and grabbed a food scale. So this person asked me like, how do I weigh my packages to know the right weight? I just use a food scale that I picked up at like Walmart or Target or something, and that's how I do that. As far as shipping goes, I mean, I don't really know what you guys want to know about shipping, to be honest, because like on Etsy, especially if you're just doing on Etsy, you can purchase your shipping labels through Etsy and you just choose the type of package that you have and how you want to ship it. So do you want to ship it first class, priority, etc.? I always just do first class. It comes with tracking and that's how I ship stuff. But yeah, I know that there are other shops that do like ShipStation and stuff like that. I personally don't really get involved in that because honestly, I find that it just is too much. It's too much. I know that people say it makes their life a lot easier, but I tried ShipStation and I felt like it was just like, maybe if I only had Etsy or I only had Shopify, but having them both, I prefer to just purchase my shipping labels through them. So for Shopify, I'll order the shipping labels through Shopify, and for Etsy, I'll order them through Etsy, and that's how I do it. I know that people keep asking me this and I'm just like, I don't really know what you want. So if there's something else you want to know about shipping, leave it in the comments, like be very specific so I know exactly what you want to know. But I mean, shipping is really not that complicated. I feel like people think it's more complicated because shops say that they use like ShipStation and whatever and they have their reasons. And I think starting out, just stick with Etsy, and then as you like gain more knowledge on stuff, maybe try other stuff out. But I don't know, what do I know? But yeah, that's what I know about shipping stuff. So I get this question a lot too, and I'm sure that I will continue to get this question even though I've answered it like I feel like a million times. But people always want to know why I use Cricut mats instead of Silhouette. Personally for me, it's just a personal preference. Like I just like those mats. I feel like they're not as flimsy. I feel like they're just better quality and they're cheaper. You can get a 2-pack for basically what you would pay for one of the Silhouette mats. So that's why I use it. There's not really like there's not like this big secret or whatever. It's just personal preference. You can use the Silhouette ones, they work. You can use the Cricut ones, they work. It's just, that's just why I use them, because I feel like I'm getting a better deal, and I feel like they last longer for me too. So do you find that you get more sales from Etsy or on your own website? Since going full-time on my website last May, I have consistently seen more orders come in, more income come in through Shopify than I do on Etsy. I definitely feel like my website makes more, but it also, I had to really push for that. I had to really market that. I had to really work hard before that was the case, because I went full-time with my website in last May and I was gonna completely shut down Etsy, which I did, and then I went back to Etsy, but I completely stopped using Etsy, and so then people got used to my website. I feel like there's just so many benefits to just shopping on my website, and every time people order on Etsy, I'm like, just go to the website. Like, you're gonna get a better deal, you're gonna save money, like just go to the website. But I know people are big fans of Etsy, so that's why I keep it open. But yes, I definitely make more on my website than I do on Etsy. Where do you get your designs, and do you have recommendations on envelopes and cello bags? So recommendations on envelopes and cello bags, actually, and where I get my designs are all in another video. So if you go on my channel and you look up the video, starting a planner sticker shop, the supplies you need, all that information is there. So just, I'll link that video in the description box. Just go check out that video. It's gonna have everything that you need to know for this question. So this next question is a really good question, and I'm gonna try to answer this and be as like honest and nice about it as I can. But the question is, how do I feel about PRs, like PR people for shops? I've had 2 PR teams. I wanna like answer this question and be completely honest, but I also don't wanna make it seem like I'm hating on anybody, because I'm not. So I've had 2 PR teams in the past. I probably will never do another one again, because I feel like I didn't see really a huge benefit to them. And I had some really great people on my team, but I just didn't really see anything come of it. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like any orders that were coming in, they found me through Instagram, they found me through just my own promotion, and not necessarily from other people. I do feel like I got a few people from people on my PR team, but just overall in general, I feel like it was a lot of work on my end, and it was just hard to keep up with, and I didn't see as much benefit. However, I know that some shops, like, they rock their PR teams and they like have just a really great time with that. I feel like I always struggled with it. And again, it's not to say that I didn't have good people on my team. It's just that, like, it just didn't really work out, you know? I personally wouldn't really recommend a PR team, but that's just me. And like I said, other shops have had success. I think if you are gonna have a PR team, you have to be very, very picky about who you choose, because one thing that I have found is that a lot of people are just in it for free stuff. And you don't want somebody that's just in it for free stuff, because they're not actually going to promote you or be excited about your product. You want to have somebody that's like actually excited about your product. So I would just say be careful in who you select, because you can get burned on that. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. Just wondering how many sticker kit varieties you designed to sell before opening your shop. I didn't. I designed like 1 sticker kit that I designed for myself, and I put that in my shop. So yeah. But I also, my starting was very different from most shops, because most shops planned it out. They wanted to do that whether it was for money or they wanted to do it because they were passionate about making stickers, but they actually thought it out and like planned it. Mine wasn't planned at all. On a whim, put up something that I created, and that was that. So I can totally see why you would want to make a bunch of kits and put them up now. I didn't. I guess if I were to recommend, maybe you don't want to like go crazy with the clip art and like put in a bunch of money and not get that money back. So I wouldn't recommend like going crazy with it unless you are designing, like you're drawing it out, or you're doing like a different like color scheme or something and not using like clip art. But if you're designing kits, you definitely don't want to like spend a ton of money on clip art up front. So maybe like 3 to 5 different kits, and then like some single sheets of stuff that's not going to cost you anything to make. I mean, unless you print and cut them out, but they're not like clip art. You don't have to pay for licensing and the clip art and everything. You can do half boxes, full box, or quarter boxes, checklists, stuff like that. It's not going to cost you a lot, and you can just do a ton of those things in your shop as well. But as far as kits, I wouldn't go super crazy with it. I would just maybe do like 3 to 5 and find cheaper clip art or something that isn't going to cost you a ton of money in licensing, because like I said, you don't want to put all this money into it and not get it back eventually. You know what I mean? Any advice for naming a shop / business? I mean, just make sure that like people don't already have that name and that name is available. Otherwise, I don't know, because when I first started, I just like came up with a name. So my shop was Planned Pizzazz for the first year. When did I switch my name? I think I switched it in 2016. So yeah, for the first like 8 months or something, 8 or 9 months or whatever, my shop was planned pizzazz, and there's another shop that's planned with pizzazz, and people were always getting us confused, and I was just kind of annoyed by that. Not because like I have anything against that shop owner, but just because like I was like, they're tagging me in her products and they're tagging her in my products, and then people aren't like actually finding the stickers that they're looking for, and they're very confused about which shop is which. So, and I had opened my shop before her, so like I knew that I had that name before her, but I was just like, you know what, I just want to like completely start over and whatever. So I ended up switching my name completely. And again, no hate on that shop owner. Like, I think she runs a successful business. I think your stickers are cute. Nothing against her. It was just that our names were too similar and people were getting us confused. And I was just like, hey, I want to try something else. So I ended up switching to Sticky Situations Co. And that is because my grandma actually inspired that name, because every time I would call her and she would ask me what I was doing, I would say, I'm cutting stickers. And she would say, it's a sticky situation. So that's where that name came from and how I chose that name. At what point do you have to worry about taxes on Etsy? I mean, I feel like when you first start, you kind of need to worry about that, because you don't know like how your shop's gonna do. So if you get to the end of the year and you've saved up this money to pay taxes, but then you don't actually owe any taxes, well then, you know, but I definitely feel like you should always be focused on taxes, because what you don't want to happen is you sell way more than you think that you thought you were going to, and you owe all this money in taxes, but you haven't been focused on that and you haven't been setting aside money for that. So I definitely think just from the get-go, just start setting aside money for taxes, because you don't want to be in a situation where you haven't been planning for that and then you owe a bunch of money for taxes. So yeah, that'd be my advice. It's just, you always have to be worried about taxes. So just from the get-go, just be focused on those taxes. Save your receipts, do all of that. Like, just from the get-go, just, it's not even an option. Like, you're gonna run this sticker shop and you gotta pay taxes, you know? So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're interested in all things planner, sticker, shop related. And if you have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video and you want to see in next month's Q&A, make sure you leave it in the comments below so I can answer it in the next Q&A. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.